Welcome back to Who Died Today US, the channel where we remember and honor the lives of those we've lost. From Hollywood stars to music legends and historic figures, we pay tribute to the legacies they left behind. If you want to keep their memories alive with us, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a story.
Bailey Hutchins, who passed away at the age of 26, was a compassionate nurse, devoted wife, and inspirational TikTok creator who touched countless lives through her journey with colon cancer. Bailey's story was one of resilience, faith, and unwavering hope. Diagnosed with stage 4 colorectal cancer with peritoneal metastasis at just 24 years old, she chose to turn her battle into a platform of awareness, education, and encouragement. Through her TikTok account, at Healing with Bailey, she courageously shared the realities of her health journey, using her experiences to raise awareness about the importance of early detection and self-advocacy in medical care. Her openness and strength resonated with thousands, offering a beacon of hope to others facing similar challenges. Beyond her presence on social media, Bailey was known for her compassionate heart and dedication to helping others. As a registered nurse, she lived a life of service, always seeking to bring comfort and healing to those in need. Even as she faced her own battle with cancer, she continued to uplift others, whether it was through her words, her faith, or her radiant positivity. In 2023, she married the love of her life, Caden Hutchins, who remained by her side as her greatest supporter, husband, and caregiver. Their love story was one of profound devotion, marked by unwavering support and deep faith. Caden's tribute to Bailey spoke of her strength, light, and unshakable belief in God's plan, reminding everyone of the love and grace that defined her. Bailey's impact extended far beyond her personal circle. Her advocacy encouraged many to seek medical attention for early symptoms, potentially saving lives in the process. She inspired not only those battling illness, but also caregivers, medical professionals, and everyday people seeking hope and purpose amid hardship. Her family, including her sister Ashley, spoke of her as a woman whose spirit could light up any room. The world saw this same spirit in the beautiful tribute video shared on her TikTok page, Bailey on her wedding day, full of love and joy, a moment of pure happiness that will remain in the hearts of those who followed her journey. Though her time on Earth was far too short, Bailey's legacy lives on in the awareness she raised, the lives she touched, and the love she so freely gave. Her strength, grace, and faith will continue to inspire those who knew her and those who came to know her through her courageous story. Herbie Flowers, who passed away at the age of 86, was a musical visionary whose bass lines became the heartbeat of some of the most iconic songs in rock and pop history. A gifted bassist, double bassist, and tuba player, Flowers played with a range of artists that spanned genres and generations. He was a founding member of Blue Mink, T-Rex, and Sky, but it was his work as a session musician that cemented his legacy. His contributions to recordings by David Bowie, Lou Reed, Elton John, Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, George Harrison, Cat Stevens, and many others made him one of the most sought-after musicians of his time. His ability to shape a song with his distinctive bass lines set him apart, making his work an essential component of some of the most memorable music of the 20th century. Among his many contributions, Flowers created one of the most instantly recognizable bass lines of all time for Lou Reed's Walk on the Wild Side, 1972. His sliding, hypnotic bass line defined the song's mood and remains one of the most celebrated bass performances in history. His innovation was also showcased in David Essex's Rock On, where his double-tracked bass created a unique rhythm that became a defining feature of the track. His work with Jeff Wayne on The War of the Worlds added to his reputation as a musician with an ear for the dramatic and the groundbreaking. Beyond his immense contributions to recorded music, Flowers was deeply passionate about education and inspiring the next generation of musicians. He worked with young musicians through workshops, sharing his knowledge and enthusiasm for music. He was also the founder of Shoreham Singers by Sea, a community choir that brought people together through the joy of singing. Flowers' influence was immeasurable, and his passing was met with tributes from musicians and fans alike. Tim Burgess of the Charlatans remarked, Farewell, Herbie Flowers, he made the greats sound greater, while Matt Osman of Suede honored his legacy, saying, "Imagine having played on Space Oddity, Walk on the Wild Side, and Rock On, so many great bass lines." The estate of David Bowie described him as a beautiful soul and a very funny man. His music and spirit will continue to resonate in the countless songs he helped bring to life. Herbie Flowers leaves behind a legacy of innovation, collaboration, and an unmistakable sound that will continue to inspire musicians for generations to come. Bob Newhart, who passed away at the age of 94, left behind a legacy of laughter, wit, and timeless comedy that shaped generations of entertainers and audiences alike. From his breakthrough in 1960 with The Button-Down Mind of Bob Newhart, one of the best-selling comedy albums of all time, to his beloved television roles in The Bob Newhart Show, and Newhart, his distinctive deadpan delivery and impeccable timing made him a household name. His brand of humor, built around one-sided telephone conversations and an everyman charm, endeared him to millions and redefined comedy both on stage and on screen. Newhart's career spanned more than 6 decades, during which he earned 3 Grammy Awards, an Emmy Award, and a Golden Globe. He became a master of sitcoms, starring in shows that became classics, including his portrayal of psychologist Bob Hartley in The Bob Newhart Show and Vermont innkeeper Dick Loudon in Newhart. His television work was punctuated by one of the most iconic series finales in history, where Newhart cleverly tied back to his earlier show, a twist that remains legendary in television storytelling. Beyond sitcoms, Newhart's talents extended to film and voice acting. He brought warmth and humor to roles in Catch-22, Elf, and as the voice of Bernard in Disney's The Rescuers. In his later years, he found a new generation of fans through his Emmy-winning role as Professor Proton on The Big Bang Theory, proving that his comedic brilliance was as sharp as ever. Despite his many accolades, Newhart remained a humble, gracious entertainer. His ability to make people laugh with subtlety and intelligence rather than brashness set him apart in the comedy world. He was respected not just by his peers, but by audiences who found comfort and joy in his work. Tributes poured in from Hollywood and beyond, with President Joe Biden calling him a comedy legend and fellow entertainers recognizing his influence on the art of humor. His passing marks the end of an era, but his legacy lives on in his recordings, television reruns, and the laughter of those he entertained. Bob Newhart's humor was timeless, his kindness immeasurable, and his impact on comedy unparalleled. He may be gone, but his voice, his jokes, and his signature comedic style will continue to bring smiles for generations to come. Freddie Salem, who passed away at the age of 70 after battling cancer, was a gifted guitarist, a passionate performer, and a beloved figure in the world of Southern rock. Best known for his time with the Outlaws, Salem brought a fiery energy to the band when he joined in 1977 at just 23 years old. His powerful guitar work helped define the band's sound on albums such as Bring It Back Alive, 1978, and Los Hombres Malo, 1982. Whether in the studio or on stage, he was known for his electrifying presence and his ability to captivate audiences with every note. Born in Akron, Ohio, Salem's love for music was sparked by the jukebox at his father's bar, where he first discovered the magic of rock and roll. By the age of 16, he was already playing guitar professionally, a passion that led him to become a key part of the Outlaws' golden era. Even after parting ways with the band in 1982 to pursue new musical directions, his influence remained, with his songwriting contributions appearing on later Outlaws records. Beyond his work with the Outlaws, Salem made his mark as a solo artist with Cat Dance in 1982 and later led Freddie Salem and Lone Wolf. His love for live music extended beyond performing. He also played a role in shaping Akron's music scene by opening several venues in the early 1990s. In 2016, his contributions to rock were honored with an induction into the Rock Gods Hall of Fame. Those who knew him remember not just his extraordinary musical talent, but also his larger-than-life personality and sharp sense of humor. Former Outlaws drummer Monty Yoho paid tribute, recalling the years they spent on the road together and the deep bond they shared. Fans and fellow musicians alike mourn the loss of a rock and roll legend, but his legacy lives on through his music and the countless lives he touched. Freddie Salem's guitar may be silent, but his spirit will continue to resonate in every soaring riff and heartfelt lyric he left behind. Rest in peace, Freddie. Your music will keep rocking on. Timothy West, who passed away at the age of 90, was a distinguished English actor, director, and advocate for the arts. His remarkable career spanned over 6 decades, leaving an enduring impact on stage, film, and television. West was a towering figure in British theatre, earning acclaim for his commanding performances in Shakespearean tragedies, including multiple portrayals of King Lear and Macbeth. His deep voice and expressive presence made him an unforgettable force in classical theater, while his work in The Master Builder and Uncle Vanya demonstrated his ability to bring depth and nuance to even the most complex characters. His contributions extended beyond acting, as he directed productions at prestigious institutions such as the Old Vic and the Forum Theatre in Melbourne. On screen, West's defining role came in 1975, when he portrayed King Edward VII in the acclaimed television series Edward VII, showcasing his ability to embody historical figures with gravitas and authenticity. He went on to appear in films such as Nicholas and Alexandra, 1971, The Day of the Jackal, 1973, and The 39 Steps, 1978. His television career flourished with roles in Brass, 1982 to 1990, Bedtime, 2001 to 2003, and Churchill and the Generals, for which he won a Royal Television Society Award. His later work in Coronation Street, EastEnders, and Not Going Out introduced him to new generations of audiences. Beyond his professional achievements, West was deeply committed to the arts and humanitarian causes. He was a patron of the National Peers Society and the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art, mentoring young actors and preserving British theatre traditions. Alongside his beloved wife, actress Prunella Scales, he supported numerous charities, including SOS Children's Villages and Kids for Kids, and remained an advocate for waterways and historical preservation. His devotion to both his craft and his charitable efforts made him a revered figure in British culture. Colleagues and admirers remember him as a consummate professional, a generous mentor, and a passionate supporter of the theatrical world. Timothy West's legacy lives on in the countless performances he delivered and the inspiration he provided to fellow actors and audiences alike. His talent, wisdom, and warmth will be cherished for generations to come. Colin Peterson, who passed away at the age of 78, was an accomplished musician and actor whose contributions to music, particularly with the Bee Gees, helped shape the sound of a generation. Born in Australia, Peterson's career began not behind a drum kit but in front of the camera. As a child actor, he gained fame in films such as Smiley, 1956, and A Cry from the Streets, 1958, earning recognition as one of Britain's most promising young stars. However, it was his passion for music that would ultimately define his career. After returning to Australia and immersing himself in the vibrant music scene, Peterson joined Steve and the board before his path crossed with Barry, Robin, and Maurice Gibb. The connection proved life-changing, as he soon became the first non-Gibb official member of the Bee Gees, providing the steady, innovative drumming that powered their early hits. He played on albums such as Bee Gees' first, Horizontal Idea, and the ambitious Odessa, solidifying his place in the band's history. Peterson's time with the Bee Gees came to an end in 1969 during the recording of Cucumber Castle. Although his contributions were uncredited, his impact on the band's formative years remained undeniable. Following his departure, he formed Humpy Bong, a short-lived project that saw him exploring new musical directions. While the band never reached commercial success, it demonstrated his enduring passion for music and creativity. Beyond his time in the spotlight, Peterson dedicated himself to artist management and later returned to Australia, where he pursued painting. Despite his complicated history with the Bee Gees, he remained a part of their legacy, often participating in the Best of the Bee Gees tribute show, celebrating the music that helped define his career. Colin Peterson was more than just a drummer. He was a multi-talented artist whose work in both film and music left a lasting mark. His ability to adapt, evolve, and embrace new creative challenges made him a respected figure in the entertainment industry. He is survived by his wife, Joanne, and their 2 children. As fans and fellow musicians remember him, Colin Peterson's rhythm will live on through the timeless music he helped create. Barbara Taylor Bradford, who passed away at the age of 91, was a literary giant whose stories of ambition, resilience, and success inspired millions worldwide. Born in Leeds, England, in 1933, Barbara's passion for storytelling emerged early. By the age of 10, she had sold her first piece of writing, foreshadowing the extraordinary literary career that lay ahead. She began as a journalist, working for the Yorkshire Evening Post, before moving to London, where she became a fashion editor and columnist. However, it was her transition to novel writing that cemented her place in literary history. Her debut novel, A Woman of Substance, published in 1979, became a publishing sensation, selling over 30 million copies and ranking among the best-selling books of all time. The story of Emma Hart, a determined young woman who rises from humble beginnings to build a business empire, struck a chord with readers and set the tone for the strong, independent female protagonists that would define Bradford's work. Over the next 5 decades, she authored 40 novels, translated into 40 languages, and selling over 90 million copies worldwide. Her books, including the Emma Hart Saga, Hold the Dream, and the Ravenscar Dynasty, were often adapted into successful television miniseries. Bradford's novels celebrated perseverance and ambition, portraying women who defied societal limitations to achieve greatness. She once said, "I write about mostly ordinary women who go on to achieve the extraordinary," a sentiment reflected in her beloved characters. Her ability to blend drama, romance, and historical depth made her books timeless and deeply resonant across generations. Her contributions to literature earned her numerous accolades, including honorary degrees and an Officer of the Order of the British Empire, OBE, in 2007. Her manuscripts were placed alongside those of the Bronte sisters at the University of Leeds, a fitting honor for a writer who championed strong women's voices. Barbara Taylor Bradford's legacy extends beyond her books. She was a trailblazer in commercial fiction, proving that stories of women's triumphs could captivate audiences worldwide. She is survived by the millions of readers who found strength and inspiration in her words. Her stories will continue to empower and inspire, ensuring that her impact endures for generations to come. Breaking news. News 1. Beloved actor Richard Gere, 75, is on the mend after a recent hospitalization for pneumonia while on a family trip to Mexico. The Pretty Woman star had been celebrating his wife Alejandra Silva's 41st birthday when the unexpected health scare occurred. Thankfully, Gere is recovering well, with his wife providing positive updates. Silva took to Instagram, sharing heartwarming photos from the celebration. In one image, Gere is seen smiling beside a birthday cake, while another shows the couple sharing a tender moment. "As you can see, we are all mostly recovered," Silva wrote, revealing that she too had been dealing with sinusitis and an ear infection during the trip. On February 19th, Silva reassured fans that the worst has already passed, confirming that Gere is feeling much better. Their 2 young sons, Alexander, 4, and James, 2, had also been unwell but are now fully recovering. Married since 2018, the couple has built a life centered on family and philanthropy. As Gere continues to regain his health, fans worldwide are celebrating the good news, grateful for his resilience and optimism. News 2. Broadway actress Sara Chase has opened up about her private battle with cancer while starring in The Great Gatsby, a new musical adaptation. Chase, a seasoned performer, was diagnosed after a routine surgery to remove her fallopian tubes just weeks before rehearsals began. At 29, a positive BRCA1 gene test signaled a high cancer risk, leading Chase to focus on a healthier lifestyle. However, despite her precautions, the diagnosis came at a pivotal moment in her career. "Can I still do Gatsby?" she anxiously asked her doctor upon hearing the news. Determined to not let cancer define her, Chase underwent major surgery during a brief rehearsal break and returned to the stage days later, concealing her pain and scars. She powered through rigorous previews and her Broadway debut, keeping her health struggle a secret. 2 weeks later, clean pathology results brought relief, but Chase continued treatments before taking a leave of absence. Reflecting on her journey, she said, "Walking to center stage, alone in the spotlight, I felt immense pride." Now in recovery, Chase remains focused on returning stronger, proving that resilience and passion can shine even in life's darkest moments.